Hello, I'm Annie Otoki. Don't ask why I did that voice. And if you've been in the anime community for a set amount of time, then you should know that there are characters from animes, just like with everything, that the fanbase absolutely goes crazy for. And I don't like some of those characters. Yeah, I couldn't exactly think of a good intro for this one. We're doing top 5 most overrated characters, starting with number 5. Bakugo and Todoroki. Now these two are very one-note basic characters, and that would be fine if it wasn't for the fanbase. The fanbase likes to act like they're these really deep, complex characters when they're really not. Like Todoroki, right? At least from what I've seen, 130 chapters, he is not that deep. He's just a sad guy with a sad childhood, I guess. And Bakugo, he's just an angry bully that wants to be a number 1 hero. Who knows, maybe they get developed later on past what I've read to, but from what I've read, they're very overrated. But I already made a video going over why my hero itself is overrated, so let's move on to number 4. Itachi Uchiha. Now, the way Itachi's story is written with all like the twists and like find out why he really murdered the clan, it's written quite well. However, I personally just didn't feel any emotional attachment to the character really, or their story. I don't know. It probably also doesn't help that Itachi's character is quite one-note and, you know, just quiet. And for kind of bonus, 4.5, we can also talk about Shushui, I believe that's his name. Shushui got like 3 pages of screen time in the manga, but yet for some reason people really put him high when it comes to power scaling. And I know this is supposed to be like how much I like him, not power scaling, but for this one I'm talking power scaling. I mean, yeah, his Kotsu Mono Komi, was that what it was called? I can't pronounce it, but yeah, that was powerful, but we haven't actually seen what he's like in a fight, and plus can't he only use that like once or something? All we saw was him take out his eyes and unalive himself. How does that make him strong? But anyway, moving on to number 3. Meliodas. Now, the funny thing with Meliodas is all my problems they have with him, they try to give a reason, but they're not very good reasons and they don't really excuse it. Like, oh, he's allowed to do all this weird stuff to Elizabeth because they knew each other in their past lives, but Elizabeth didn't have those memories, she did not consent. Or, oh, it's okay that his personality's really boring because he had his emotions locked up. But that still doesn't change the fact that his personality's really boring and that after he gets his emotions back, it's still quite boring. And the last thing I hate about him is the fact that he's so overpowered that you feel no stakes in a fight, not to mention he can't even die, which again, they try to excuse with, oh, but he's lived forever and he's the son of the Demon King, which, okay, that's a fair excuse, I guess, but yeah, still kind of annoying. I'm not actually sure how loved Meliodas is, but considering he's the main character of quite a popular manga series, I'm gonna guess that he's overrated. It's funny, normally I find overpowered characters boring, but I think Saitoma's a really good protagonist. Anyway, number 2. Shanks. Wasn't his last name revealed to be like Figureland or something? But anyway, I'm sure you all knew this was coming. I've already made a video on Shanks. It's just, we have seen Shanks for like 3 chapters worth of a 1,107 chapter long story, and yeah, for some reason people think he's top 1, can beat anyone, where the only things we've seen him do is beat Kid and lose his arm to a Seeking, which, man, that's impressive. Yeah, I just think Shanks is really overrated. Again, I did make a video on this already, so go watch that if you want to. He just hasn't got that many feats. His personality is nice, I guess, but yeah. Now, number 1, I kind of just put him this high because he's been on the minds of a lot of people lately, but he still will probably appear in the top 3. Congratulations, Toji Zenin, on being my personal best overrated character, or worst. I'm not really sure if you'd consider it the best or worst. He has the same problem as Shanks, where he barely gets any page time. I mean, he does get probably more than Shanks, and JJK's a short series, so when you leave him you don't feel like it's for that long, but still. In terms of strength, no, he definitely deserves all the hype. I mean, he was able to kill Gojo, granted it was a much weaker Gojo, and wasn't he able to fight Maharaga? I barely remember his feats, but considering he's got no curse energy, they are quite impressive. I don't know, I just find his character a bit boring, I guess, so yeah, the one who left it all behind is my most overrated character.